The moment you hear it, you almost laugh, because it sounds too bold to be true. The Mets are going to hate what the Blue Jays are about to do. Not dislike. Hate. Because just when it seemed like Toronto had already pushed their chips far enough into the middle of the table, new reports have surfaced suggesting they're reaching back into their pocket for even more. Bigger than expected. Louder than planned. And far more disruptive than anyone in New York, Los Angeles, or anywhere else would be comfortable with. Before we get into the chaos, do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button. If you're part of the percentage that hasn't yet, Jays Nation Daily is the place to be for daily Blue Jays coverage with real substance. Drop a like, share this with a fellow Jays fan, and settle in, because this one has layers. Now, let's rewind just a touch. The Blue Jays officially signed Kazuma Okamoto a couple of days ago, with the deal becoming fully official yesterday. Photos dropped. Smiles all around. Jerseys held up. It felt like a moment of calm. But baseball off-seasons are deceptive like that. Calm is usually just a breath before the next wave crashes, and late last night into this morning, the wave arrived. The most significant report didn't come from a speculative voice or a social media rumor mill. It came from Robert Murray. And when Robert Murray speaks, people in front offices listen. This is a reporter who has broken major signings consistently, a rising force in the industry, and someone whose credibility is not built on guesswork. Murray came out and said quite plainly that he absolutely believes the Blue Jays are still in play for Kyle Tucker and Bo Bichette. But then he added the line that made everything feel different. He said Kyle Tucker is just as interested in the Jays as the Jays are interested in him. That sentence changes the temperature of the room. For weeks, fans have been asking the same question. Are the Jays interested? Are they lurking? Are they being used as leverage? But this is the first time a truly reliable voice has flipped the perspective. This isn't just Toronto knocking on Tucker's door. Tucker is standing on the other side, listening closely. That report lit up the baseball world for a reason. Mutual interest is the currency of real negotiations. It's the difference between background noise and meaningful dialogue. And it lines up perfectly with what we already know. The Blue Jays were the first team reported to meet with Kyle Tucker over a month ago. Not the Mets. Not the Dodgers. Toronto. They didn't arrive late to this party. They helped set the guest list. Then there's the reinforcement. Mark Feinsand reiterated that the Blue Jays remain the favorites to land Kyle Tucker, with the Mets, Yankees, and Dodgers still hovering. That word, favorites, doesn't guarantee anything, but it does tell you who's setting the pace. And Feinsand added crucial context. If the Yankees are going to spend big, it's more likely to be on Cody Bellinger than Tucker. The Mets have interest, but interest doesn't always translate to action. Especially not when the market isn't moving at the pace players expect. And that's the key thread running through all of this. The market is slower than anyone anticipated. Kyle Tucker is still unsigned. Bo Bichette is still unsigned. Cody Bellinger is still unsigned. Alex Bregman is still unsigned. If the numbers were where the players wanted them, these deals would already be done. Instead, everyone is waiting. Waiting to blink. Waiting for leverage. Waiting for one team to decide they're tired of waiting. Jim Bowden added another piece to the puzzle, noting that the signing of Kazuma Okamoto does not remove the Blue Jays from the Kyle Tucker or Bo Bichette race, though it likely takes Alex Bregman off the board and makes doing both Tucker and Bichette improbable. And honestly, that's fine. It was always a dream scenario to land both. One of them, paired with Okamoto, already constitutes an outstanding off-season. What's fascinating is how the noise around Bo Bichette has slowly quieted while the hum around Kyle Tucker grows louder by the hour. Every day that passes, every report that drops, the gravitational pull seems to be shifting. Tucker feels like the cleaner fit. The more obvious need. The move that completes the picture rather than complicates it. Ben Nicholson-Smith did his usual job of tempering expectations, pointing out that the Blue Jays have already outspent every team in baseball by landing 4 of the top 15 free agents. He suggested that Toronto may be more inclined to lurk than to lead a bidding war, particularly with the Mets potentially willing to flex Steve Cohen's financial muscle. And that's fair analysis. But lurking doesn't mean disengaged. It means patient. It means prepared.